Sweet. Uh-oh. Someone has joined the game. That means I gotta make this quick. This is episode 10. Fun fact, I actually already recorded this episode. Fortunately, I decided to make some changes between now and then. And it's gonna be a little bit different. One thing that's different is I got my time-lapse thing working again, so I can do those. And I'm actually going to do those here in a second. Instead of time-lapsing building stuff, like I should have been doing the last 6 months, I'm going to do some voiceovers and just kind of float around and show you some stuff. And see how that goes, because I haven't really done that before. And then after that, if I forget to mention anything, I'll say it here and inform you on stuff that's going on. And parkour. Ah, jeez. I hate having a messy inventory. Yay! So yeah, here, enjoy all of this stuff. Have fun. This is going to be a little awkward because I probably should have wrote something down or prepared something or done this more than once, but first take, first go, let's go. So obviously this is, the little starter island where it all started. It's supposed to be the only it's supposed to be somewhat magical. It's with the portal and the cleric. I don't know what other magic. There's candles everywhere. I didn't put too much thought into it. There used to be logs there where I'm running now, but now there's this little thing that will make sense later. But yeah, this was like a year or so ago. Almost, I want to say about a year ago, I started this and did a little island, which came out better than I thought it did, or I thought it would. And then, as you can see there, I kind of finished the landscape, the area over there. So here we have the cliffs, which I'm super proud of and took quite a while, but it's just a lot of work, and this is exactly why this is going to be that giant thing in the back I'll talk about later. This is why this is going to be the last video for this medieval kind of place, is because I like building things. Terrain I absolutely hate doing just because it's boring to me. It looks cool, it's easy, but it's just boring and mind-numbingly painful. But after this, I'm going to a place where I will be doing no terraining. Maybe a little bit. Hopefully not a lot. But this has just become me building a mountain, and I don't like it. And I'm too OCD not to. There's a little dry river bed kind of thing, by the way, right there. I just kind of ran by. So over here, on the other side of the mountain, is my little house where I kind of keep most of my stuff and have a little mine behind it. There used to be a different cliff behind it, and I hated it ever since I made it. It was not what I wanted it to be at all, and it looks different now. And I deleted it and redid it in creative, just to be clear. Like, right above the house, that little cliffy thingy, I had to do that in creative, just because I'm done with this area, and I didn't want that big, stupid rock to be there anymore, so, done. I did that, done with it. It's closer to how I wanted it to look. It's not perfect, but it's as perfect as I'm willing to make it. There's a little farms that produced way more food than I will ever need. Here's my wheat farm, which is the only other building I had pre-planned besides for my little hobble thingy you just saw there. I had that one and this one planned. I actually do have a blacksmith thing planned, but I'm not going to be getting around to that. Maybe we'll see. There's a little wheat farm that's fake. I never used it. And this is supposed to be on an island. Well, this is on an island where the nether portal is. And the nether portal is supposed to explode and have a bunch of burnt houses up here. And that's supposed to be like one of the only houses that wasn't part of the explosion. As you can see, there is nothing up here. Because it's just, I spent so much time terraining. So I got done with that. And instead of working on the island, I decided to work on this. that big building there at the end where I'm standing was supposed to be the only building in this area, and there's supposed to be a little bit of bricks here and there, but I got a little carried away. So there's that big defensive building there at the end, and then you run over this bridge over the little river, and there's some barracks. You got 2 medium barracks there. The way I built these, actually, I built them out of stone, and I like finished them, and then I destroyed them, and then I shoved them full of weird different colors. This is supposed to be like a bigger barracks, like more of a captain's quarters or whatever medieval ranking system they had. Biggest sword guy lived here. Actually, that's a second story. That place was actually really fun to build. And then you come over here across another bridge. Excuse me. Jeez, I should have planned this better. There's a little wheat farm there that I'm running into now. It's a little farmer shack food storage with a little farm next to it. And I gotta say that wheat mixed in with the grass looks so cool. But it's a big pain in the butt. Then you run over here. You got 5 tiny little barracks next to... No, that's not a ballista, it's a turret? A little defensive tower where you shoot stuff from. Up there. There's 1, 2, 3 of those over here. One of them actually looks really cool. I'm kind of sad I don't show it on this time lapse. Then up the river into a big lake, into a waterfall. This castle kind of thing I'm running into now. Actually, I made it for my friend, and they said, no, I don't like it. So I tore it down brick by brick and moved it over here, and then destroyed it to make it look ruined. So it was actually a functional castle at one point. And it was I kind of like it over here. And then you get to this, the stairs up. This is what I spent the last 2 months on, is this terraforming here, and that's why I'm done. This castle is a very big part of why I'm done with this. It was supposed to be ruined too, so I built the outline for it out of stone, and it just looked, I kept adding onto it, and it started looking cooler and cooler and cooler until it got to this point, and I'm just like, it looks, I can't, like, how do I don't know what to do from here. It's just not, I don't like it there. I like it, but I don't want it here, and I'm not moving it. The outside, I did all. The inside, very clear. This inside is creative. There's a lot of glass underneath that floor, and it went through like 10 different... The portal, it used to be a real portal. It used to be purple, it used to be all stone. Those pillars are... I had to debug to make them look like that. This whole thing, the whole inside went through so many changes, and it was like, screw it, creative, done. It's just get it over the way. This hole here took me a very long time. Originally, it's supposed to be a little parkour course down here. Originally, it's supposed to be more of a Roman marble kind of destroyed thing. Turned into this. It is now a tomb for my family. I made a bunch of statues in the walls, and I was like, yeah, I got 6 statues. What do I have? 2 parents, 4 grandparents. Bam. It's now a tomb. And when I started, all of my grandparents were alive, and now they are not. So it kind of worked out. You're supposed to fall down here, run through here, into this big room, which took me a good month solid to dig out. I hated it. It goes all the way down to like bedrock. Awful. Just awful. And each 4 of these rooms was supposed to have a different parkour course in them. I planned them all out, and after not a lot of consideration, I said, I'm not doing this. It was so much work. And I was going to have this like reward at the end for completing all 4 courses, and I don't have the time for that. So I just kind of did this, called it good. As you can see, there's absolutely no detail in these walls because I'm not doing that. Yeah. I could talk about this place a lot. That's as much as I care to get into it right now. As you see, I'm running back out. There's a few little rooms down here. I had such a hard time figuring out how to make this place. I had a plan for it, and it deviated from the plan immediately, and then I had no clue what to do. It was supposed to be something way different, and ended up being this, and it was really fun to make, but just so time consuming. And I really liked it because there was no terraining. It's just a building. Interior. Super fun. Super sad, too. I showed some of my friends this little tomb, and they were like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. So that's about that. Not much else to put in there. Dang it. Like I said, this is going to be the end of at least this area. I have a whole other area planned that I'm pretty excited for. And I might come back here and work on this. If I do, it'll probably be in creative. Because the rest of it's just houses over there on that thing. And since I'm not doing it for anything, I'm just gonna get it over with. If I do come back here at all. I might just abandon this. Leave it as it is. It looks a little weird with the shader, because there's like, everything's glowing. Without it, it kind of gives out the darker feel that I wanted it to have. But the rest of the world looks so cool. There's not much else to say. I mean, I like this place, but it's just not, it's not what I want to do anymore. So I'm moving on. I'm staying in the same server, though. Not switching again. One thing I gotta figure out is if I'm going to keep all of my materials I gathered, or just leave them here. Or put them in like a little community thing, like I do with most of my stuff with Jason's house. But I do have a lot of stuff over here that I could actually use. Over here there's a bunch of shulkers that I've had for a long time, full of stuff for this big circle here. Zombies. Like stone. Full of stone. Bam. I could really use this stuff. I don't know if I want to take it or just start over. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Alright. Oh yeah, I love that super jump. Nope. Come on, you do it. Yes! Chicken! I'm not quite sure where all these chickens came from. I feel like there's a lot more I could say, but I just don't... I'm not thinking of anything. Nothing comes to mind. For my next area, I'm going to 100% definitely record more of the building process. Because somewhere along this, I just fell off doing it. And a lot of the projects became so big and I got so busy outside of it that I just didn't have the energy or time to record everything. And I got the time-lapse thing working. Hopefully that doesn't go out of date again, so that should definitely help my process a little bit. Dang it. Eesh. But right now, someone else is online, and they're actually working on a project I've been working on for a bit, and I'm going to go help them with. And I will show you that project probably in the next episode, if it is finished by then. It's so close to being finished. Her and I have been working on something in creative mode for the server, and it's pretty cute. So I'll show that off next time. Kind of sad to see this place go, and one thing I have to figure out is if I'm going to fix things like missing grass, or if I'm just going to leave and never come back. One thing I'm taking is these mending books. Mine. And now I'm off to my next area where I will start doing things for anew. Stop making noises. Alright, I'll see y'all later. This is the part of the video that ends.